Today we are going to use this fun Christmas collection to make some Christmas countdown projects. Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome. If you saw my Joy of Blue video recently, you saw that I made this Christmas countdown book. This was a digital file from Lori Whitlock that I used my Silhouette to cut. I did use chipboard to make the book and covered it with the paper, and then my Silhouette cut all of the boxes and the lids for me, and then I put them together and decorated them up. So I pulled this particular Merry Christmas collection from Echo Park out. One, because I did need some Christmas countdown calendars, Advent calendars, whatever you choose to call them. And it did have a lot of blue in it, so it kind of doubled. I could use it for my Joy of Blue project, but then also get some calendars made for craft shows. My original thought was, because you can see this cut apart page right here is all the numbers, my original thought that I was going to be able to use those. Well, they're 2 by 2, so they would have been too big even for these boxes. And I thought about, I could have made this bigger, but it is kind of a nice size. And then I could create some other countdown calendars using these cut aparts. So what I plan to do today is I probably won't use these cut aparts. I may save these for future cards. But take the paper I have left from this collection and these cut aparts and the stickers that I have left and create some tags that I will attach to some clothespins and use them with these cute little bags. These are just brown paper bags that mini craft paper bags from Amazon. So they are really cute, but then it's kind of a fill your own type calendar. So someone would buy this little kit that would have the numbers attached to the clothespins and the bags included. All they have to do is fill the bag with whatever goodies they want, fold it over, attach the clothespin, and then I don't know, I've seen it where you can attach it to a board, you can attach it to twine, or you can just, normally what I do is I just have like a basket and I will just set them in the basket. So I wanted to use those. I have these left from last year, so I thought I could work on using those up as well as make use of these numbers, and we will just make some tags, but I just thought that would be kind of cute. We can somehow figure out ways to decorate up some tags for these little bag toppers. So I'm starting by trimming down all of my numbers. I decided to start with this scallop square and ended up regretting it. Trying to get it centered in there. I was using my scissors because it's what I had at hand to try and like push it and get it centered on there. So I'm going to go ahead and sort out the rest of the ones that I think I can punch. And then I'm going to do that off camera because it's taking a while. Those are done, and now I'm going to go through and find ones that I can fussy cut out. I'm just trying to create some variation in the numbers and the tags so that they're not all going to look the same. I don't mind repeating layouts or styles. I just don't want there to be too many of them that are the same, especially right in a row. So if I can fussy cut any of them out, I am. The rest of them I will just kind of trim down into, some of them I'll trim down into smaller squares or rectangles or tag shapes or round corners or whatever. So that's just what I'm going to be doing for the rest of this segment. I just want to take a quick moment to talk about the sponsor of today's video. The sponsor is Maniology, and it is a nail art company, but the tie-in to what I do is it is all about nail stamping. So you basically stamp patterns on your nails. So that is the perfect way to get nail art for a paper crafter. So I will just kind of show you quickly what I got from Maniology, how quick and easy it was to do my nails, and then we will jump back into our tags. Maniology sent me a starter kit, which comes with a scraper, a stamping plate, a clear stamper, and a set of polishes. It's a color polish and a clear top coat. And then I also got to choose 2 other stamping plates. They sent a cleanup tool, a cotton grabber tool, the sticky base coat, and then I got to choose some additional polishes. So I have already painted my nails just normal with their clear base coat and the green polish, and now I'm coming in with the pink to add a leaf pattern onto my nails. I decided it's kind of a nod to fall, but it's not really true fall colors. So you need to clean up the plate and the stamper in between each stamp just to make sure that you are getting clean stamps. And one cool thing here is you can use regular Scotch tape to clean up around your nail. Makes cleanup quick and easy. You don't have to bring out any polish remover. So to stamp, you put your polish on the plate, drag it across, almost like if you were using a screen print kind of technique. So you put the polish down, you scrape across so that the polish gets in the grooves, and then you put the stamper down, it picks up the polish pattern and stamps it on your nail. And again, just cleaning in between each one. And Maniology has a ton of different polishes. They have different plates. There's a bunch of different tools. And it's really just about creating art on your nails. They talk about how it's just about using your creativity, creating art, it's whatever fits you. Like bringing out your personality on your nails. Now I'm coming in with the smudge proof clear top coat, and it just seals everything in, and it does not smudge the stamping pattern that you just did. So such a fun and easy way to get some fun art on your nails, not something that I could ever do freehand. So this was so fun. Now we are back to our regularly scheduled programming, and I'm just going through. Now that I've got all of my numbers trimmed down, I'm going through to create some like the tag background, the tag base. I start with some of the smaller scraps I have from the pattern paper, and I'm trying to figure out which ones would work best. I also brought in some red and white colored cardstock scraps that I had on my desk, that those would work well. I was very reluctant to cut into any of those full-size sheets. I don't know why. I liked the patterns, and I just thought they would work better for bigger projects. Like the patterns were too big to really make an impact on these tiny tags. So that was one of the reasons why I was reluctant to cut it in two. I don't know. It's hard for me to cut into a full sheet of paper for just a tiny strip. And it just creates more scraps. So I decided I'm going to save those. Since I have a bunch of cut-aparts left, I'm going to save those and make some cards with cut-aparts. So now that I've got some tag bases figured out, I'm trying to figure out which numbers I want on which bases, and then I'm bringing in the stickers. There are just so many tiny stickers on the sticker sheet, and this is another great way to utilize those because they're not the size that you would generally use on a card unless you're using them as like enamel dot. I mean, there are a bunch of snowflakes on there that are enamel dot size, so that might work. but generally I tend to forget to use those teeny tiny ones. So since these are teeny tiny projects, it actually works out great. I'm also trying to bring in some of those pattern paper scraps I have. So just trying to do some layering. Again, not trying to be too elaborate, but I just want enough variation in each tag so that they're not all looking the same. So even though there may be some that are the same shape, they may have some different layers, they're different colors, and there's like a different image on there. And then you'll see me kind of deliberate over where to put the tiny stickers, which background I want to use, which scrap I want to use. I took a lot of the long deliberation out, but you will see some like finger tapping or me just staring at something for a second, trying to figure out the best way to decorate it up. So I try to leave some of that in there so that you don't think it all just comes together without any effort, I guess. Because I know sometimes you watch some of these videos and it looks like, man, like, did they pre-plan every single thing, or are they just that good at thinking on the spot that they can just whip these up? And sometimes maybe they are, but then I think sometimes too they just cut a lot of that out because it's not as fun to watch somebody just sit there and stare at a project. So even if it's sped up, you know, you don't want to have too much downtime. So I'm bringing in my corner rounder, my angle, my like tag angle punch, just anything I can. In the end, I end up bringing in a scallop edge punch just to kind of, I guess, vary it up a little bit on those last ones that all kind of started to look the same. So I am going to continue on with the decorating of the tags. I just wanted to jump in and say that with Maniology sponsoring this video, I've said it before, I'm very picky about who I work with for sponsorships or product plugs. It has to be something that ties in to what I do and what I'm sharing with you. And I thought that the nail stamping was so cool. It's like, you know, nail art for a paper crafter. We can stamp on our cards and then we can stamp on our nails. You can stamp patterns on your nails that go with the cards you're making in a video. So I do think that's kind of fun. I know like Christy Marcotte's very good about coordinating her polish with her the paper pads or collections that she's using. I'm awful about painting my nails, period. But I do think it's a fun concept to be able to, you know, have some fun patterns on my nails because you guys see my hands all the time. That's all you see. You know, so it'll be nice to be able to vary that up. There will be some information in the description box below for Maniology that you can check out their website, check out the different stamping plates they have, the different products. They have tutorials, and there's FAQs that answer, you know, more questions about the process and how to go about getting the patterns. And there's some really cool nail techniques that they have as well. So I have lots of playing and experimenting to do, and the girls are very excited about it as well, that they can finally do some nail art also. So anyway, still decorating the tags. I think I'm going to set you guys to some holiday music while I finish these up, and then we'll jump back in at the end here. I've got my last few tags going here and just trying to figure out what other tiny little stickers I can use on them. These are the clothespins I'm going to attach them to. It's a set I got either at Michael's or Dollar General a few years ago. They're not full-size clothespins. They're smaller than the normal size you would use to hang laundry on a clothesline. And they're perfect for these tags. And I just used some of my Barely Art wet glue and added it to the flat, like the smoothest side of the clothespins, and adhered them to the back of my tags and let them sit overnight so that they had plenty of time to dry. And so here are my final tags. And you'll see when they're all laid out that there are several that are like the same style or same, layout, but they're kind of all spread out. You don't have too many of the same in a row. So it's just a nice variety once you attach them to the bags and lay them out. I think I like the colors. I think they're bright and fun and happy. And this was just a fun, quick and easy project to do. It was a nice change of pace from some of the bigger projects I've done lately. And it was nice to show you a variation on another like countdown calendar. With the one I showed you in the beginning, it's two styles from the same collection. Here, I'm just showing you if you stuff the bag with something and attach one of the clothespins, what it ends up looking like. So anyway, thank you guys so much for your time today. Thanks for checking out Maniology, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.